Welcome to the Nattersea podcast, where people talk about things. We trust that this wisdom will help you on life's journey.
Well, welcome back to the Nattersea podcast. I'm here with...
it's Jonny.
Yeah, and Jonny, we, for the final time in this season, we have with us...
Debbie MacDonald.
Yeah, Debbie.
You've revealed my surname.
Sorry.
Well, but people aren't going to be stalking you.
Well, guys, I just want to live a normal life, really. And, you know, if this podcast takes off as I am confidently assured it will, then I'm not sure I can handle that level of fame.
No, I think you need to be with us. I don't you sitting on the fence.
I'm going to put Debbie's Twitter handle in the description, so if you are a mad stalker, you know where to find her.
I think we should put her postcode in.
Okay.
Plus the house number.
Yeah.
So people can go on Google Maps.
Okay.
And try and really zoom in to look in through her windows.
Maybe national insurance number as well.
Even if they live in Mexico or...
I mean, just pop round. The kettle will probably be on.
Sure.
Right.
I'm quite a convivial host.
Well, we've been discussing a number of things, Debbie, and here is just a final set of phrases that are used in common speech.
Yes.
So your guess is as good as mine, Debbie.
Well, to me, that means that you and I have equally little information about this subject.
I like your guess is as bad as mine.
Yeah, why have they gone for the positive in that sense?
I mean, I don't want to be a pessimist there.
No.
But if we're guessing, right?
Yeah.
So let's imagine I've fallen off a mountain, and you've made a good guess that maybe I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want you guessing things like that. I want you to find out.
Okay.
Right? So it's important, isn't it?
I mean, it really isn't important to you if you've fallen off a mountain.
No, but I'm. If I fall off a mountain, Jonny, would you come and try and find me?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, your guess is as bad as mine. I know what you mean, but it is very negative, isn't it?
Very.
No, sorry. I mean, it's very positive,
It's positive
for what is essentially a negative thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't say that when you've both got good guesses. You don't say, "Well, your guess is as good as mine." You'd say,
Your guess is as good as mine.
No, you would say you're as ill-informed as the next man.
Well, you would if it's a negative thing, but if it's something where you reckon you both got an 80% chance of being right.
No, but even that. But where have you got 80%? That's just a guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just plug that out of the air.
I did guess, yeah.
I feel maybe this is an attempt at trying to. You use this expression when you're in a situation where, nobody really knows maybe what an outcome is going to be or what's going to happen. And you're trying to maybe be kind towards a person who is conjecturing to the outcome. And you say, well, we don't really know. Your guess is as good as mine. And you try to be positive towards that person. But really what you're saying is, actually, you're just wasting air by guessing.
Guessing. What are the sort of things in life that we guess at? When's the last time you guessed at something, Jonny? You're going, I think I'll just guess this.
I don't know, really.
I think that's an interesting question, because I think Google has removed wondering and guessing about things. So people say, for example, a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about Ronald Reagan,
sure, we
didn't know whether or not he was dead at that point, and we didn't guess. We didn't say, well, I think he's dead. We Googled it.
Yes,
that's true. So maybe maybe your Google is as good as mine would be a better phrase.
Well, I don't know, because presumably we both Google it.
But it is literally as good, because it will say the same thing.
Your internet connection is as good as mine.
But that might not be the case.
No, it will be the case, because we'll both be in the same place using the same Wi-Fi.
What if you're on the phone to someone?
What? So you've got a better phone than me? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Well, no. It's true that people now. I mean, I've never done a pub quiz.
Okay.
You've never done a pub quiz?
Have either of you ever done a pub quiz?
Yeah, I love a pub quiz.
Okay, so
I once won £100 English in a
So what's to stop you just sitting there Googling all the answers?
Often, someone comes around with like a basket and you all put your phones in.
A basket, you mean?
What did I say?
A basket.
Yeah, no.
That is the correct pronunciation of basket.
I'll say no more. Your pronunciation is not quite as good as mine. So at a pub quiz, you will put your phones in a basket.
Sometimes that's what happens, and sometimes it's done sort of on trust. And or the other thing is they assume you're all going to be cheating. So the only one that wins is the one that gets 100 out of 100 rather than 99.
There's sort of an amnesty towards phone use in pub quizzes. I think people sort of say, "Okay, guys, you know, we all want to have a fair shot at this," and it's like a gentleman's code, I believe.
Right. So now I've never done a pub quiz. So do you get like prizes for a pub quiz?
Sometimes you do, yeah. Sometimes you can
get.
Such as what? Well, Debbie said she'd won £100.
£100 English.
£100 English.
Yeah. Specifically.
Was that just you or the whole team that won that?
It was the team that won it.
I mean, were you on an ITV game show or something?
We weren't. It was pointless. No, we'd gone to I think, to be fair, there was probably about 8 of us in the team, so we didn't end up with that much money at the end of the day, but we did have our pride.
£12.50.
So, just off the top of your head there.
Just a guess.
£12.50, is it?
Yeah.
It's enough for a couple of drinks, which is what we sort of spent the money on.
It costs about £20 to get there.
Where do you live?
Well, I'm assuming if you go to a really good pub quiz, you have to go miles for it, don't you?
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't a phenomenal pub quiz.
No, I mean, but how do you get involved? Do you just walk into a pub?
Yeah.
Often it'll be a night.
I'm joining a team tonight.
Thursday night, maybe. I've guessed that. It'd be pub quiz night, and you'd go with, say, 4 or 5 friends, and you'd be a team.
Well, really,
yeah, we used to meet at the pub, have a drink, and then stay for the pub quiz.
So what are the sort of things that you feel is acceptable to guess at?
Answers in a quiz.
Answers in the quiz?
Yeah.
What are the things that are never acceptable to guess at?
Oh, that's a good question. Speed limits.
Speed limits.
Somebody's age.
Somebody's weight.
Yeah. Oh no,
and
never
actually,
guess that.
I don't think you're allowed to genuinely guess someone's age or weight, but you can.
You can jokingly do that.
No, but I mean, you can, like, I don't know what the word is, generously guess.
Yeah.
So you could say, "Oh, I think you're 23," which obviously, you know, if the person looks 50.
Oh, what are you saying, Johnny?
I was looking at Peter when I said that.
Obviously not 23.
Yeah.
Obviously
not 23.
Obviously not.
Debbie, there are some things that we can be sure of, and one of these is that you are obviously not.
Just on your reaction, it's clear that you're not.
It's just the obviously that really, like, you know, it's the knife.
You might be 22, like that, you know. That's what I'm saying.
Obviously.
I'm trying to be generous, so I think you can generously, but that's not guessing, is it? Because you're not having a real.
You're not going to be right in that scenario.
No, you're not trying to be right.
Obviously, in the 23 scenario, you could have been right. I could have been.
What about my weight then? Would you like to guess my weight?
I would advise against that, Johnny. I feel like that's a trap. That's like when a wife says to a husband, "Do I look nice in it?" It's yes. Straight away. There is no. I'm
not asking.
It's a trap.
No, but then you have to follow up with something specific, because otherwise, that was different to the last time. Because otherwise, it's like, oh, you always just say that. You say, yes, I like the way your ankles look, or something better than that. Obviously.
What are we in Victorian England?
Yeah, I like an ankle.
Are we talking about a spoon appearing on the stage? Now, Johnny, you haven't been lucky in love, have you? Let's face it. So, is this a phrase you use? Ooh, your ankles.
I like your ankles.
Look great in that.
Is that? See, this is the first time I'm sensing that that's not the right thing to say. Is that not?
No,
everybody's go-to.
Well, I mean, Debbie, you
are famously female.
Famously female.
If I'm known for anything, it's that.
Yeah.
How would you feel if someone's compliment? Not the first thing they said. Obviously, they've said hello.
Oh, look at your ankles. I mean, I think,
but a bit less aggressive.
Like, cry.
Can I just say, I think you've got lovely ankles. Well,
I think Debbie has got lovely ankles.
I think that would probably be a confusing compliment.
Why confusing?
Because why is that why have you focused in on that? Is that the only thing you find attractive about that person?
See, you've spun that, And if I'd said nothing, I would have got away with it.
Women would read between the lines on that, if you will. We have brought that up in the past. But that's not to say to somebody, I really like your ankles, it's like the smallest, most insignificant part
of
a person that could be beautiful.
Isn't that, because you've probably never been complimented on your ankles before. I'm not,
I get compliments all the time about my ankles. Because I don't know about you, Peter.
But I don't think, in terms of Debbie, you've raised the issue, and I want to just take a bit. I don't think that Debbie's ankles are, for me, the thing I noticed about her first of all.
Okay.
So there was another feature about her that I noticed immediately I met her.
What was that?
Well, I don't know whether I should say. Should I say or
nostrils?
No, it wasn't her nostrils.
Is it my accent?
No. I felt that you had a perfectly shaped spleen.
Thank you.
The first day I saw you.
Honestly, I really have worked hard on that, so thank you for noticing, Peter.
It is, as we know, a reddish colour on the left-hand side.
It is, on the left-hand side, yeah.
When you complimented,
200 grams.
I was going to say, did you comment on the weight?
Well, no, I didn't want to comment on the weight exactly, because I don't like using imprecise information.
Okay, you don't like guessing?
I don't like guessing.
No.
I don't like guessing.
So your guess is not as good as mine then, because you don't actually like guessing.
No, I would say, I just want to, essentially, I want to know if you were going to guess my weight.
Okay.
Why that would make you so uncomfortable. And I'm not asking, I'm not asking for a yes/no answer. I'm asking for a number.
Okay, you see, rather than being unwilling to offend, because that's not something I struggle with, but I honestly wouldn't know. I don't know how much people weigh. I don't know how much I weigh. I don't know what a normal weight is.
No frame of reference.
Yeah, Johnny doesn't know how much he weighs.
No, why would I?
But spoken by a thin person,
just
somebody who doesn't need to worry about their weight doesn't weigh themselves.
Just for the listeners, Johnny does dance around in a shower to get wet. He is, well, I believe the kindest word is weedy.
Yeah, I'll take that.
He's less weedy now than I have known him in the past. When I first met Johnny, which was eons ago. Eons.
Right.
He was a very slight person, I would say.
Yeah, that's true.
You?
Yeah.
What thin, you mean?
Yes, he's bulked, I would say, over the years.
You're saying he's now obese?
No.
Compared to what he was before?
No, definitely not. Johnny could in no way be described as obese.
This is making me quite uncomfortable.
Sorry, we're just discussing Johnny's weight. Actually, that's an interesting dichotomy that, if you said to somebody who, so for example, if I said to somebody, guess my weight, they would be terribly worried that they would offend me. But I bet if Johnny said that, people wouldn't be as worried as about offending you because you're thinner.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I think that's probably a Johnny, dichotomy there.
What's it like being thin?
Please tell us.
Again, struggling with the frame of reference.
What's it like getting on a plane
Yeah.
And not having to ask for a seatbelt extension.
And not seeing the dread in people's eyes when you get to sit next to them.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's that like? That you can sit on a train and nobody minds.
Well, I tend to stand on trains.
He can do that, though. He can do that. He can just, slip into a little nook/cranny on a train.
I mean, have you ever got in a car with a group of friends and said, I'll go in the glove compartment?
Have you ever turned sideways and disappeared?
This is bullying. Isn't it?
Thankfully, it's not being recorded.
If I do get in a car with, say, 5 people, well, 4 other people, I do often have to sit in the middle, which is a drawback.
Ah, yeah.
Like the child in the situation.
And if they brake suddenly, I go through the windshield.
Yeah.
No, but as you fly forward, at least you can change gears. I mean, you're sort of in that.
I'm not sure that's a pro in this situation.
No. Okay. So you don't want to guess my weight, do you?
I mean, just because I wouldn't know.
Do you know what? In that very moment, he looked at my leg. So he was just.
I'm trying to guess how much does a leg weigh? I don't know.
How much does a leg weigh? It totally depends on the leg.
It does. Do you know what?
It really totally does.
There's no doubt about that. That is absolutely true.
Unless there is no skin on the leg. Do human skeletons weigh the same?
Well, bones could be different lengths, I think.
Yeah, but do they have the same mass?
Okay, no, good question.
This is getting a bit too sciencey for me. Back to idioms. Another idiom is when people go, piece of cake.
As in, that's very easy.
Easy.
Can I just interject here? As a former owner of a cake business and cake decorator,
Wow.
Cake is not as easy as people think. Just putting that out there.
Let's tweet that. If you're listening to this, can you tweet this out? Say it again.
Cake is not as easy as people think.
Right. What's difficult about cake?
Yeah.
Well,
you just
all of the elements have to be right in order for cake to be cake. If you get one of the elements wrong, for example, if you miss out an ingredient or if you weigh it wrong, then essentially it isn't cake.
But Johnny and I don't make cakes. Do you make cakes?
I don't make cakes.
I mean, I go down to a supermarket and I buy a bit of cake.
Okay.
Cake.
That is easy.
But that's a whole cake. That's not just a piece.
No, but I might cut a piece.
Is that a comment on his weight?
When I get it home.
When people are saying this, do they mean as in it's as easy as eating a piece of cake or as easy as buying a piece of cake?
Yeah, I don't think people are thinking it's as easy as making a cake.
Well, then why are people saying it's easy as eating a piece of cake? Because that's true of everything. There's nothing that's particularly difficult to eat unless it's like, I don't know, a live zebra or something.
Or like one of those puffer fish that can kill you.
Yeah. Well, sorry, a live zebra.
Well, like lions, I'm sure, would find it more difficult to eat their dinner than we do ours.
I don't know. I had a particularly bad bit of minestrone soup today.
Oh.
If I were to say to you, "Can you do this?" and you said, "Eating a lion," I'd be like, "Oh, well, that means it's difficult." Do you know? Like, I think it's fair to say.
Actually, there is an expression which is it's something like, "There's only one way to eat an elephant, which is one bite at a time," and that's sort of like a. Take one step at a time.
The other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, so that's a very difficult thing to do. So you've got to do it in little bits.
Okay. I still think we haven't solved the issue whether piece of cake means it's as easy as eating a cake.
I think it's that. That's just a guess, but I think because I think maybe that's intended at one end of the spectrum, and eating an elephant a bite at a time is the other end of the spectrum. So you could actually ask on a scale between piece of cake. And an elephant. How easy is this?
How easy is this task?
What's your best guess?
What would you like? Do you want a numerical answer to that? What would your answer be? Would it be like?
You'd have an elephant-sized cake. You'd have a cake-sized elephant, which would obviously be more difficult. You'd have an elephant-sized cake.
Having thought about this a little more, I think.
/ Googling it.
No.
We don't wonder about things anymore, Peter.
All right. Well. All right, the truth is, I've been on Google, and apparently the phrase "piece of cake" means something very easy to do.
Yeah.
And it is thought that this idiom originated in the 1870s. Well, I mean, I could have told you that.
Sure.
I could have got the date roughly right.
Common knowledge.
The 1870s, when it was tradition to give cakes as prizes in competitions, like pub quizzes.
Okay.
And from this, the expression "piece of cake" began to be used to describe something that was easy to achieve.
So maybe was that like the prize for coming 8th?
Yeah.
So it was like, because you get a gold medal for winning. And number 8, it was like, piece of cake.
So it's like a runners-up prize.
Like
a consolation prize.
It's not so much suggesting it's consolation as in easy to achieve.
Well, presumably winning competitions, depending on what the competition is, it's not easy.
No, but that's not winning, is it? That's coming 8th.
Ah, I see. So if you're not getting the cake as a winner's prize, then achieving cake
is
easy.
Yeah, it's easy to achieve cake.
It is easy to achieve cake in that sense.
I have come up with a bit more information. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
You have come up with it personally?
In some parts of the USA at this time.
At this time?
Yeah, well, that would be the 1870s.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. People would participate in cake walks.
Ah, okay. I've heard that expression.
That is an expression.
Where couples would perform a dance, and it was normally done by slaves mocking their masters. And the most graceful couple would receive a cake as a prize.
Well.
The most graceful slaves?
The most mocking dances.
Of their masters.
Yes.
Wow. Who gave them? Did their masters give them the cake?
I don't know where the cake came from. Possibly Debbie's old company.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
Did they cater a lot to slavery?
I didn't generally cater to slavery, no.
Okay.
So
not generally, but...
If anyone needs it.
But I have heard the expression cakewalk before.
Americans. I've heard Americans say that.
I've never done a cakewalk, except
when I
was going down the shop to get a cake.
Yeah.
I mean, that's normally a cakewalk.
That's a cakewalk.
Yeah, people refer to very easy tasks as a bit of a cakewalk.
But that doesn't really link to that, because doing a good dance isn't necessarily easy. Doing a good impression of your master's walk, that's not easy.
Well,
no, but you would be winning it for the best mocking.
Yeah, but that's not easy. You wouldn't then say, that'd be like a cakewalk, because doing a cakewalk's difficult. What
we're really doing here is rewarding mockery.
We are.
I think it's okay when slaves are mocking their masters. I sort of think that's okay.
Well,
that's obviously a political point of view.
It is.
Sorry.
Is mockery ever okay?
Is slavery ever okay?
Is Johnny...
Is cake ever okay?
Are thin people ever okay? Answers to these sorts of questions will be discussed further on our next episode. In the meantime, I've been Peter.
I've been Johnny.
And for the final time...
I have been Debbie, although I will be Debbie tomorrow.
Goodbye.